And the state says it has to come up with $20 million fast after the Court of Appeals rules some state workers are entitled to back pay.
Good afternoon, I'm Kim Baez. That decision affects about 10,000 or half of the state's workers. It all stems from a fight between the state and two public worker unions over a negotiated pay raise. News 13's Alex Goldsmith is live in our Santa Fe bureau with the story.
Kim, the state estimates that if the court's ruling holds, it'll have to pay out at least $20 million to AFSCME and CWA workers to cover 3 years of a partially unpaid raise. This case all started with an agreement the Richardson administration made with those two unions. Under that deal, state workers represented by AFSCME and CWA were supposed to get a pay hike of between 3 to 5.5% in 2009, as long as the legislature set aside enough money. The legislature did, but chose to spread the funds out evenly to all state workers, even those who are not part of a union. That meant the union employees didn't get their full negotiated raise. The unions cried foul and took the case to court. A district court judge ruled they were right, and this week, so did the Court of Appeals. An attorney for the unions says it's a clear-cut case, while the governor's office says the ruling gives too much power to the governor.
The notion that when we sign an agreement with the state, they have a legal obligation to honor it, and that's the most important thing about this decision.
In this case, you actually have the executive that brokered an agreement with a particular group of people that the court is saying is binding on the legislature, that the legislature has to appropriate a certain amount of money for a certain purpose.
Now, the state is not backing down. The governor's office tells me that they plan on appealing this case to the state Supreme Court. Back to you, Kim.
Okay, thanks, Alex. Now, paying out the back pay could be tricky if the state does have to do it. The governor's spokesperson says a number of those workers are no longer with state government, making finding and giving them their money difficult.